Hey, good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, and I'm live for you on LouTube today. So thanks for watching. Man, I sure do appreciate it also. And in addition to that as well, subscribe to this channel if you're not already. I post mostly college football videos every single day of the year. Sometimes they're even watchable. This, however, is a Super Bowl video. We're 8 days away from this year's Super Bowl, Chiefs versus 49ers. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm always curious how many of my viewers actually watch the NFL. I'm sure some of you watch a lot of the NFL. Some of you probably watch some NFL. Maybe some of you have just one team that you watch. Maybe some of you are like me and just follow certain players in the NFL. I'm not really attached to a team in the NFL. I tend to follow players, usually players that I liked in college, whether it's because they played for Georgia, my favorite team, or just happen to be some other player that I really liked in college. I'll follow them throughout their pro career. But I do watch some football, not a whole lot. But the Super Bowl is different, right? Almost everybody watches the Super Bowl. Even people who don't admit they watch the Super Bowl usually watch the Super Bowl. You know, it's like I watch March Madness, college basketball, right? I don't watch a whole lot of college basketball during the year, but I'll watch March Madness. I don't watch a whole lot of golf, but I watch the Masters. I don't watch any racing at all, but I always watch some of the Daytona 500. The Super Bowl is that way for most people. There's a lot of people who the only amount of time they spend watching any football game on any level all year long is the Super Bowl. So in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. You know, I'm lucky enough to work with the people over at BetNow during the college football season with some of the preview videos that I do and talking about odds and point totals and over-unders and spreads, yada, yada, yada. And I was looking at their site this morning. One of the things I like to do when I watch the Super Bowl every year, because like I said, I'm not a huge NFL fan. I don't follow the NFL religiously. I'm not attached to any team, anything like that. But one of the things I like about the Super Bowl every year is all the bets that go on around the Super Bowl. Not even necessarily the Super Bowl itself. Clearly, a lot of people and a lot of money is bet on the Super Bowl in terms of who will win. Some people play the game straight up, just who will win. Some people lay points, whatever. But there are literally, no exaggeration, hundreds of prop bets available on BetNow for this year's Super Bowl. Somebody saying, well, what is a prop bet? A prop bet is basically any bet that doesn't really have to do with who actually wins the game. Or if it does have to do with who wins the game, there's something else attached to it. And almost all games will have some prop bets available. Usually not very many, 5 or 10 sometimes on maybe the biggest game of the week or whatever. For the Super Bowl this year, BetNow has over 600 prop bets available. And I like to always put some money on some of these weird prop bets. And I'm going to pull some of these bets up here in a second and show them to you. But they always have things like how long will the national anthem be, right? You can bet on whether the national anthem will take over 90 seconds to sing or less than 90 seconds to sing. If it's a girl or a woman that sings the national anthem, will she wear a dress or will she wear like a pantsuit? If she wears a dress, what color will it be? You can bet on who wins the coin toss. You can bet on if someone leaves the game with a concussion or not. You can bet on which player on which team will score the first touchdown. You can bet on whether the first point scored in the game will be on a touchdown, a field goal, or some other way, an interception, a return, whatever the case may be. Literally, if you can think of it, there's a bet available for it in the prop bet section on betnow.eu. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the stranger prop bets. Let's go. All right, if you pull up your internet browser and type in www.betnow.eu, and this will work either on a computer, a laptop, a tablet, a phone. It doesn't matter. It works literally anywhere. www.betnow.eu. This is what will come up. This is the homepage for betnow.eu, and as you can see, there's a giant Join Now button, and it couldn't be any easier to join up with BetNow. You simply click the link, Join Now. It's going to take you to a form. You fill the form out. It's got the usual information. First name, last name, state, your address, phone number, email, date of birth, password, blah, blah, blah. Pick a security question. How'd you hear about us? That should be an easy answer for you. Uncle Lou. Get yourself signed up. You can check whether you want to receive email offers from them or not. I have this box checked on my account. They'll send you offers every once in a while for free money, bonuses on your deposit, that kind of thing. Click the join now, and you're literally good to go. That's literally all there is to it. You're signed up. After you get yourself signed up, click the drop-down menu, cashier, deposit methods. The easiest way I've found to do it for me is credit card. I've never had a problem getting it in. I've used both bank cards and credit cards. I have 2 different banking accounts. Both bank cards work fine. I've used both those debit cards. I've used credit cards. $20 minimum, $1,000 maximum. Click make your deposit. It'll take you to your screen. You enter your banking information, the number off your card, blah, blah, blah. Deposit your money. You're good to go. Start winning. Make sure if you do this, when you click make deposit and you're filling your information in, there will be a spot that asks for a bonus code. If you enter the code Uncle Lou, that's one word, Uncle Lou, they're going to give you a bonus on whatever money you deposit. Free money. Hard to pass that up. Good luck. I'm sorry. I actually had to stop the video when I saw this. I just happened to go back to the BetNow.eu homepage and look who they have on their landing screen. BetNow.eu, none other than my man, Todd effing Gurley. Not wearing a Rams uniform, but a Georgia Bulldogs uniform. I don't know if I've ever seen that on here before on BetNow.eu. I don't know. Maybe they're one of those websites that tracks what you do, so they know I'm a Georgia fan. I don't know. But Todd Gurley, probably the best player, in my opinion, to come through the University of Georgia since Herschel Walker. This guy was just absolutely unbelievable in college. Anyway, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I stopped the video and point that out. All right, once you get yourself signed up, you come back to the homepage, click on Sportsbook right here, and it's going to bring up their sportsbook. It's going to have all the different sports they have available for you to place money on. And for today's video, we're focusing on football and the NFL, and that's where it takes you right away. Of course, with the Super Bowl only being 8 days away. Now, in this video, we're not going to focus on who's going to win the game. We're not going to focus on money line bets or spread bets or over-unders for the actual game itself. I'm going to do a separate preview and prediction video early next week, middle of next week, where I actually talk about the game, break the game down, talk about who I think might win the game, keys to winning the game, important players, that kinds of thing, the usual preview and prediction video that I do. Today's video, we're just going to talk about some of these weird, strange bets that you can place on the Super Bowl this year here on BetNow.eu. And like I said, they've got over 600 prop bets for you to bet on, and some of them they range from sort of normal to some of the craziest I've ever seen. So if you look over on the left-hand side here, it'll have some of your different options. We're gonna start down here with where is it? I wanted main props. All right. So maybe these will be sort of the more normal-ish props. Here we go. All right, here we go. Main props. These will be hopefully some of the more normal ones. But we'll run through some of these here, just give you an idea of sort of what I'm talking about. But, okay, the 49ers will win by 6 points or more. Chiefs will win by 6 points or more. 49ers by 1 to 6 points. 49ers by 7 to 12. 49ers by 13 to 18. 49ers by 19 to 24. You see where this is headed here. You can basically pick the team you think is going to win and a margin of points that you think that team is going to win by. If you're new to betting or sort of doesn't understand some of these numbers, this number over here are the odds or what you get paid out if you win. And the easiest way for me to explain this number to you in a short way in a video here is to imagine every bet you made being $100. You don't have to bet $100. You can bet any amount you want. The math will be the same. If you bet $100 on the 49ers to win 6 points or more, they're going to pay you $160. So you'd get your $100 back that you bet plus an additional $160. So you would profit $160 on a $100 bet if you took this bet right here. And you can see some of the crazier numbers down here, like clearly, 49ers win by 37 to 42 points. If you think the 49ers are going to blow them out in the 37 to 42 point range, you can make yourself a whole lot of money. A $100 bet on this bet right here would win you $5,500, right? So the bigger the plus number, the higher the payout based on a $100 bet. And I mentioned the math was the same. So $100 would win you $5,500, right? If you bet $50 that the 49ers win by 37 to 42 points, you would win half of the $5,500. So what is that? $2,750 or whatever it is, plus your original bet back. So that's how that works. I'm not going to explain this number on every single bet that we talk about in the video. I think that's good enough for most of you guys to be able to understand it from this point forward. So this is betting on a team that'll win by a certain number of points. Double result. So you have to hit 2 bets to win this one. You can bet that the 49ers will be winning at the end of the first half and that the 49ers actually will win the game. Both of those things would have to happen for you to win the bet, and it pays out at plus 180, right? You go down to some of the crazier ones, tied at the end of the first half, but Chiefs win the game, plus 1,600. We're tied at the end of the first half, tied at the end of regulation, 4,500. So you can sort of see how that would work. First scored method. How would the first points be scored? The 49ers will score a touchdown. Will that be the first point scored? Pays plus 200. How about a Chiefs field goal first points of the game? Plus 330. If you think the Chiefs will score first in a way other than a field goal or a touchdown. So what does that mean? Either a defensive touchdown or a special teams touchdown, right? Or safety even. Plus 5,500. No. Special teams touchdown or defensive touchdown would pay here. Plus 190. So any other would be, I guess, basically a safety. But you see how some of these things work. First scoring play, okay? Will the first scoring play be a 49ers touchdown, a 49ers field goal, or some other type of 49ers scoring play? And here's what it would pay out. Or will the Chiefs score first? Will it be a touchdown, a field goal, or some other? How about the highest scoring half? Will more points be scored in the first half or the second half? Will it be a tie? Highest scoring quarter. Team with the highest scoring quarter. Will it be the 49ers or the Chiefs? Which one of these teams will have the highest scoring quarter? Total points scored. Here you go. Think it'd be a really low scoring game. 49ers win 10-7, right? Plus 5,000 on that one. Will it be a high scoring game? 71 or more. Maybe the Chiefs win 40-35. Plus 420. Who will score 10 points first, Chiefs or 49ers? Will neither team get to 10 points? We hope that's not the case. That sure would be a boring game. Who scores 15 first? Who scores 20, 25, 30, 35, 40? Which team scores 40 points first? 49ers pays plus 500. Chiefs plus 400. Neither team gets to the 40s. Minus 450. Okay, I'll explain that now. This is the opposite since it's minus. You would have to bet $450, right, to win 100. You understand how that works? I think you do. Okay. So let's go back now and look at some of the more interesting ones up here. What other options do we have here? We've got first half props. So props that only apply to the first half. Let's see what they have there. Over, under. That looks kind of boring. First quarter props. Okay, Super Bowl team props. Okay, so these picks here are going to involve the individual teams. So will there be a successful 2-point conversion? Yes or no? Doesn't matter the team, just will anybody score a 2-point conversion successful? Yes or no? Would a game be decided by exactly 3 points? Yes or no? Would a game be decided by exactly 7, 10, 14? And you can see the payouts over here. Again, these are based on $100 bets, okay? Will it go to overtime? Yes or no? Distance of the longest penalty. 15 and a half yards, over or under, right? You think, well, the longest penalty is 15 yards. Well, in the NFL, pass interference is a spot foul, right? So if you commit pass interference 30 yards downfield, that's actually a 30-yard penalty. So do you think the longest penalty will be over 15 and a half yards or under 15 and a half yards? How many players will have a passing attempt? You're thinking, well, there's 2 quarterbacks, right? Well, yeah, but, you know, these trick plays with running backs and receivers throwing the ball. So do you think over 2.5 players will have a passing attempt, 3 or more, basically. Or do you think it'll be under? Result of the first coach's challenge. Will the play stand or will the play get overturned? What will happen what will happen first in the game? A sack or a touchdown? What will happen? What will be the longest score of the game? A touchdown or a field goal? Which team will call a fair catch first? Who will be the first team penalized for holding? Who will be penalized for pass interference? Will any kick be returned for a touchdown? Will either team attempt a 2-point conversion? Will a kickoff be returned for a touchdown? Will a punt be returned? Will a non-quarterback throw a touchdown? Will any touchdown be overturned by replay? Will any player be ejected for throwing a punch or fighting? God, I hope not. Will either kicker hit the upright or the crossbar on a missed field goal or extra point attempt? Will either team not punt during the game? Will the game be tied after 0-0? In other words, will it ever be 7-7 or 10-10 or 21-21? Will the 49ers get a safety? Will the Chiefs get a safety? Will there be a missed extra point? Will there be a flea flicker attempt in this game? Will there be a penalty for roughing the passer? What about a horse collar tackle? Will there be an onside kick attempt? Will both teams combined score 76 or more points to break the Super Bowl record? Will there be an offensive pass interference? Excessive celebration? Will anybody be ejected? Will the chains ever be brought out onto the field to measure for a first down? Will a lineman catch a touchdown pass? Will a player other than the QB take a direct snap? Will there be a score in the first 7 minutes of the game? First offensive play of the game for the 49ers versus the Chiefs. Will it be a run or a pass? Will a special teams or defensive touchdown be scored? Total quarterback sacks in the game. Total field goals made in the game by both teams. Total touchdowns made in the game. Will there be a safety? Team to score first in the game will be who? Chiefs or 49ers? Team to score last in the game. Will the team that scores first win the game? Will the team that scores last win the game? Team to have the most first downs. Team to commit the first penalty. Team to punt first. Total points made in the game. Total punts made in the game. Team to call the first timeout. Will there be a score in the last 2 minutes of the first half? What will the final score of the game be? An odd number or an even number? Total points scored by the Niners, total points scored by the Chiefs. Will either team score 3 unanswered times in the game? Half with more points scored. Team to have the longest touchdown. The longest touchdown score in the game will be over 44.5 or under 44.5. Shortest touchdown score, less than a half, 1.5, more than 1.5 yards. Longest field goal. Shortest field goal. Team to have the longest field goal in the game will be. So you can see there, that's just one category and just a ridiculous amount of bets. And I'll be honest, what I like to do with these Super Bowl prop bets is I'll put whatever amount of money it is, and the amount really doesn't matter. A lot of times I'll bet on games, even college football games sometimes, just to give me a reason to watch the game. So for whatever reason, I might not be too interested in the game, but put $20 on it, $50, $100, whatever it is, give you sort of a reason to watch. That's sort of what I do with these prop bets. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be betting $500 on any one of these prop bets or whatever, but whatever amount of money I decide to put in here for the Super Bowl, I'll break that up and I'll just bet on a lot of these things, $25, $50 a bet, whatever the case may be. I'll win some, I'll lose some, but it'll make the Super Bowl, to me anyway, a lot funner to watch, keeping track with all these sort of silly prop bets that I've made. And believe me, they get a whole lot sillier. Super Bowl player props. We might not scroll through the whole list here, but we'll look at some of these. Who scores the first touchdown? And it's got a list of players, right? So you can see, like, if the odds are really high, that means that person's probably not likely to score. Jeff Wilson Jr. for San Francisco. If he scores the first touchdown of the game, $100 would win you $3,500. George Kittle, right? Tight end for San Francisco, scores a lot of touchdowns. If he scores the first touchdown of the game, $100 would pay you $800. So you can see how the odds go up or down based on the likelihood that the player would actually score the first touchdown, right? And you got pretty much every player you can think of here listed. Or maybe there won't be a touchdown scored in the game. $100 would win you $8,000. So there you go. First touchdown score for the 49ers. Who will score the first 49er touchdown? Who will score the first Kansas City touchdown? Miko Hardman plus 800. I could see myself putting something there. Of course, Miko played for Georgia, so I'm always pulling for him to have a good game. Anytime touchdown score. This just means they will score a touchdown at any time in the game. George Kittle, minus 110. So, again, what the minus means, you'd have to bet $110 to win 100, okay? Emmanuel Sanders, you bet 100 to win 120 because you have the plus sign there, all right? So that's how that works, and it's got all the 49ers players, and then it'll have all the Chiefs players. Will they score a touchdown? Yes, it's basically a yes or no thing. If they score any time in the game, you win the bet. If they don't score, you don't win the bet. How about 2 or more touchdowns in a game? You can pick the player you think will score 2 or more times. Last player to score a touchdown. Last touchdown score for the 49ers. Last touchdown score for the Chiefs, right? Who will score 3 or more touchdowns. So you sort of get the idea there with the player prop bets. And you guys feel free to go to betnow.eu. As you can see, I'm not even logged in right now. So you can go to betnow.eu without even logging in or having an account and scroll through and take a look at all of these. If I went in detail or in depth in all 600 of these prop bets, this video would be 4 or 5 hours long. So I'm just sort of giving you an idea of some of the options that you have here when it comes to these weird prop bets. Super Bowl MVP, that should be pretty obvious. That's going to be the odds on who you think will win the MVP this year for the Super Bowl, and it'll have your list of players here on who you think might win. Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in his speech? Teammates, God, coach, family or family members, city, owner, or does not mention any of the above? I would. God and teammates have to be the front runners there, I would think. Warm up props. So these are bets that pertain to things that happen before the game even starts. Who will win? Will the coin toss land on heads or tails? Which team will win the opening coin toss? Will the team that wins the coin toss win the game? Team or player to call the coin toss will make the correct call or the wrong call. Will the opening kickoff be a touchback? What will the team to win the coin toss choose? Defer or receive the ball? Will any scoring drive in the game take less than the anthem length? So again, they will time the amount of time it takes for the person to sing the national anthem. And if a scoring drive in the game happens to take less amount of time than that, you win the bet. So if it takes 90 seconds to sing the national anthem this year at the Super Bowl and someone scores in 60 seconds, you would win this bet. Right? Who kicks off first, 49ers or Chiefs? What about, I think we did we do main props already? I spent about an hour looking at this before I even started the video. Yeah, we did that. Score props. Take a look at this, see what this is. First score of the game will be a touchdown, a field goal, or any other score. First score of the game will be a 49ers touchdown, 49ers field goal, Chiefs touchdown, Chiefs field goal, or any other score. That's kind of boring there. National anthem props. I'm skipping over some. But again, you guys can go betnow.eu. You don't have to have an account or log in or anything. You guys can go here. You'll see exactly what I'm seeing here, and you can take a look at all these prop bets for yourself. Any team have a scoring drive that takes less time than the national anthem? Will Demi Lovato re-enter rehab? Yes, within 30 days of the Super Bowl. No, not within 30 days of the Super Bowl. I guess Demi Lovato must be who's singing the national anthem. And I didn't even know she had been in rehab, but you can place a bet on whether or not she will re-enter rehab within 30 days of the Super Bowl. Again, it's your money. Bet on what you want. I would really question what's going on inside somebody's head who is willing to bet on someone entering rehab or not. But again, to each their own. Color or Demi Lovato's primary outfit color. Black, red, blue, gray, green, pink. Will Demi Lovato omit a word during the national anthem? Yes or no? How long will the national anthem take? Over 121 and a half seconds, under 121 and a half seconds. So that's right at the 2-minute mark. 120 seconds would be 2 minutes. So how long is it going to take her to sing that national anthem? Length of national anthem. What's got this twice? Well, pick and choose which one, which numbers and which odds you think you like better, I guess. It's got a bunch of them you can choose from here based on the amount of time. I see what they're doing there. The amount of time is different on each one. Demi Lovato's microphone. Will it be on a stand or not on a stand? Hair color, completely black, any other color or highlights. Will a player take a knee during the anthem? Yes or no? Will a player raise a fist? Yes or no? Demi Lovato's microphone color, black, any other color. What will she wear? Skirt, shorts, dress, gown, or any other bottom wear? Halftime show props. Here we go with this now. Will Jennifer Lopez or Shakira outfit malfunction? We certainly hope so. Will Jennifer Lopez and Shakira kiss? Yes or no? Will Jennifer Lopez show butt cleavage? Yes or no? Will Jennifer Lopez or Shakira be caught lip syncing? Yes or no? Will Alex Rodriguez be shown during halftime? Yes or no? How many songs performed will be sung in Spanish? Over 1.5, under 1.5. How many songs will be played during the halftime show? Over 8, under 8. How many wardrobe changes for Jennifer Lopez? Which of these Shakira songs will be sung first? She-Wolf, Whenever, Wherever, Dare, Hips Don't Lie, La Tortura, Can't Remember to Forget You, Waka Waka, Rabiosa, Try Everything, blah, 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 blah. Same thing here for which of these J-Lo songs will be sung first? Same thing here. Which of these songs will be sung first at the halftime show? Will any of the Fly Girls from In Living Color make an appearance? A lot of you young bucks don't even know what that is. If you don't know what In Living Color is, you should have been born sooner. I don't know what else to tell you. An amazing show. It's where Jim Carrey got his start. It's where Jennifer Lopez got her start. Check it out on YouTube. I'm sure you can find some old clips. In Living Color. Hilarious. DJ Khaled make an appearance during the halftime show, yes or no? Will Enrique Iglesias make an appearance, yes or no? Gloria Estefan, yes or no? Will Jennifer Lopez do a Selena cover, yes or no? Will Mark Anthony make an appearance, yes or no? Will Shakira and Lopez twerk during the halftime show? Again, this goes into the category, I think, of we certainly hope so. Will Will Smith make an appearance, yes or no? Will J-Lo or Shakira first address the audience in Spanish? Who will show cleavage during the performance? Both. J-Lo only. Shakira only. Neither. So just some ridiculous bets here. But again, it's fun to bet on some of these things. And again, I know people who have put $100 down on the Super Bowl and made $25 bets. I mean, you break it up any way you want to do it based on the amount you put in here, whatever you want to do. But to me, betting on a lot of these things just makes the game more interesting and entertaining to me. TV commercial prop bets. There's a lot of people that watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials, right? See what you can bet on there. How many commercials will run during the Super Bowl? Over 92.5, under 92.5. Which commercial will appear first? An Audi or a Porsche? Which commercial will appear first? A Cheetos or a Heinz? A Coke or a SodaStream? Pepsi. Which commercial will appear first? A Donald Trump commercial? A Michael Bloomberg commercial? Mick Ultra or Mick Pure Gold? A Mountain Dew or a Toyota commercial first? New York Life or TurboTax commercial first? Pop-Tarts first or Doritos first? Pringles versus Sabra? Squarespace versus Facebook? Turkish Airlines versus WeatherTech? Will a gay couple be featured in a commercial? Yes or no? Will anyone be featured with a what? Yarmulke? I don't know what the hell that is. Which commercial will appear first? Budweiser or Coke? Toyota or Jeep? Netflix or Amazon? How many commercials will include a dog? Over 3.5, under 3.5. Which Anheuser-Busch brand commercial will air first? Bud Light and Seltzer, Budweiser, Mick Ultra, Mick Pure Gold. Which auto brand commercial will come first? Hyundai, Kia, Porsche, Audi, Toyota. Which beverage brand will come first? Anheuser-Busch, Mountain Dew, or Coke? Which food brand will come first? Doritos, Snickers, Cheetos, avocados. You get the idea. There's a bunch more. Bunch of bets you can make on Super Bowl commercials. What is special props? I don't know. Let's find out. Color of the liquid poured on the winning head coach. You know, the old Gatorade bath at the end. What color will it be? Here's your choices. Will a fan run on the field? Yes or no? We were talking about this on the morning show the other day. Will any player throw ball in the stands after a touchdown? Yes or no? Player to leave and not return due to concussion. Will any player use a prop? Will an animal appear on the field? Will there be more? What will there be more of on Super Bowl Sunday? James Harden points versus the Pelicans or total points in the Super Bowl? This is getting ridiculous now. What will there be more of? This guy, whatever that is, will he have more blocks and steals combined versus Pat Mahomes' touchdown passes? This is just ridiculous. Will the game be delayed for 15 minutes? If a fan does run on the field, who will tackle it first? Security, a player, a team staff member, or another fan? Will a defensive player win MVP? Will a Hail Mary be attempted? Will any wide receiver score a rushing touchdown? Will D Ford have a sack against his former team? You can see these are just getting more ridiculous as we go along, and we haven't even covered them all. There's a whole nother set of props for just Patrick Mahomes, a whole other set of props for just Jimmy Garoppolo. There's field goal props, there's touchdown props, there's score props that we didn't go over. There's all kinds of stuff on here. Over 600 different props here on BetNow, and we haven't even talked about who's going to win the game or the score or point spreads or over-unders or any of that kind of stuff. Again, there'll be another video maybe next week on that. But every year I do this with these prop bets. It's a lot of fun. A lot of you do similar things on your own. Maybe you do the squares are real popular, right? You draw your 100 squares, 0 through 9 across the top, 0 through 9 across the side, and you pick numbers. And if when the quarter ends, you take the last number of the score, and whoever has those two squares wins. And blah blah. You guys, So a lot of this type of stuff goes on around the Super Bowl. This is a really, really fun, interesting, and entertaining way to do it, at least in my opinion. Like I said, I've been doing this with the Super Bowl for a long time. I have a good time with it because I am not a huge NFL fan. If you are a fan of this channel or been watching me for any amount of time, you know that already. But I do watch the Super Bowl, and to make it more interesting, I always put something on some of these prop bets and see how lucky or unlucky I can get. Remember, if you choose to do this, always gamble responsibly. Don't put more money into this site than you can afford to lose, okay? Be responsible with what you do. Put $100 in here. Maybe you get lucky and make yourself a lot of money. Maybe you lose. Worst case scenario, then you'd be out $100. I can't tell you how much to put in. Everybody's financial situation is different. View this as entertainment, right? View this as money you're never going to get back. And if you do, consider yourself lucky, right? It's like going to the movies. You go to the movies, you're not going to get that money back, but at the end, hopefully you had a good time or were entertained. That's how I look at it. I love doing this on the Super Bowl. I do it every year. BetNow.eu. Link is in the description of this video. Promo code Uncle Lou, and they'll set you up with some free money. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Have a good morning.